Come see us on tour in Dallas, Austin, Baltimore, Hartford, Connecticut, Syracuse, New York, Atlantic City, Levittown, Cohoes, and Providence, Rhode Island. Go to jimmydore.com for the link for the cheapest tickets. Guess what? Tulsi got confirmed.
Whoa!
Oh,
Tulsi
no.
got confirmed. Oh, at first she was a Russian asset, then she was a Putin puppet. That's what the former First Lady and Secretary of State said. Wow, it's weird they didn't kick her out of the military when the Secretary of State was saying she was a Russian asset. It's weird that they kept giving her higher and higher ranks in the military. Maybe it's almost
Is she
like
a Russian toady?
It's almost like Hillary Clinton was making that stuff up. Yeah. So
an Assad toady.
Yeah, break out the popcorn and watch your shit-lib friends turn into sexist, racist, classist hypocrites as they pile onto her because orange isn't the only color they hate. I'm just kidding. They don't have to turn into them because they already were. Watch this. They're going to... The Senate voted Wednesday to confirm former Democratic Representative Tulsi Gabbard as Director of National Intelligence. The vote was 50-48, mostly along party lines, though Republican Senator Mitch McConnell of Kentucky joined the Democrats in opposing her confirmation. Well, he was forced into it because they trapped him. They tipped him over on his back like a turtle. And by the way, it's good news for Hollywood and all those hot-looking middle-aged actresses. Get ready for one of you to book the part playing Tulsi Gabbard on CBS. The world is a dangerous place. That's why Brooke Shields is Lady Boss. Gabbard, one of President Donald Trump's more controversial picks, faced concerns from several Republican senators over her lack of support for Ukraine. Her shifting position on the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act, Section 702, a key surveillance and security tool, her 2017 meeting with former Syrian President Bashar with Assad, and her past support for Edward Snowden. All those two last things are great.
Bring back Snowden now that you're in. Nice.
Yeah.
Bring back Snowden. Lock up all the people against Snowden.
There were some key Republican senators, Susan Collins, Lisa Murkowski, Todd Young. They ultimately decided to back her. Murkowski acknowledged in a statement that she still had concerns about certain positions Gabbard has previously taken, but added that Gabbard brings independent thinking and necessary oversight to her new role. There it is. Tulsi Gabbard now officially oversees and manages the entire United States. Just a couple of months ago, she was on the Quiet Skies watch list. They had spies following her around in airports. Now she's overseeing.
Get Clapper, Brennan, that dipshit from the DHS, Alessandro, whatever his name is, and just slap them back and forth like the Three Stooges.
So here is McConnell voted yay for Clapper. These are the previous people. Clapper, Ratcliffe, and Haynes, who were all caught lying to the people in Congress in their capacities as Director of National Intelligence. Mitch McConnell is on the no. But he voted no on Tulsi Gabbard. The nation should not have to worry that the intelligence assessments the president receives are tainted by a director of national intelligence with a history of alarming lapses in judgment.
Oh my God.
And trusting the coordination of the intelligence community to someone who struggles to acknowledge these facts is an unnecessary risk. Here's Bernie.
He tripped on the stage and broke his turkey waddle.
And Bernie Sanders officially voted no. Bernie Sanders, he just does narrative delivery service now. He's like Uber Eats. He doesn't know what he's delivering.
Yo, you didn't want to believe that story, but I believe it more and more every day.
Yep. He just wants, Bernie Sanders just wants a tip. He voted to confirm Marco Rubio as Secretary of State. Think about that. Yet with his cloture vote, he's signaling that he'll vote against the confirmation of Tulsi Gabbard. This despite the fact that Bernie has previously praised Tulsi Gabbard, still shares many positions with her, and that she took a major career risk calling out the DNC's bias against Bernie before anyone else. And she stepped down as the vice chair of the DNC so she could back Bernie Sanders in 2016. And that's what a piece of garbage Bernie Sanders is.
Yo, that tells you that story is true as far as I'm concerned. The crazy Bernie story that I can't believe he would have done that and be blackmailed. What else explains this better than that?
Bernie's being controlled by the guys in a white van outside. That's what.
Yes.
In 2016, Tulsi quit as DNC vice chair over its cheating for Hillary and then endorsed Bernie. Ron Wyden made privacy and NSA FBI spying abuses central to his career, admitting Tulsi is great on that. Yet both voted no because they're craven partisan loyalists with no principles.
No, they're blackmailed. They're blackmailed. The system runs on blackmail. Our national bird should be gay blackmail. It's blackmail.
Here's what Bernie said about Tulsi just a few years ago, but he fears provoking rage among Democrats if he votes yes on Tulsi, despite knowing that anyone Trump nominated in her place would be far worse from his perspective because he's an opportunistic partisan coward, says Glenn Greenwald.
No, Glenn, it's a white van. They have unspeakable footage of him.
U.S. Senator Bernie Sanders welcomed an endorsement by U.S. Representative Tulsi Gabbard of Hawaii. Congressman Gabbard is one of the most important voices of a new generation of leaders, Sanders said. As a veteran of the Iraq War, she understands the cost of war and is fighting to create a foreign policy that not only protects Americans but keeps us out of perpetual wars that we should not be in. That's what he said.
How funny is it they would call it Bernie Bros, but really it's Bernie Bitch.
Yes, it is Bernie Bitch. And
Yeah.
let's watch this piece of garbage. Senator Blumenthal, watch what he said.
And confirming Tulsi Gabbard puts in place someone who has proven untrustworthy throughout her career, potentially an aide to Moscow, Beijing, Tehran, and others.
And a big U.S. Senate race in Connecticut got blown sky high today when the leading Democrat in the race got caught in a lie over his military service. Richard Blumenthal, who is the state attorney general, has said in the past he served in Vietnam. He did not. He served during Vietnam. The New York Times reports he received 5 wartime deferments and he served stateside in the Marine Reserves. Today, Blumenthal said he misspoke.
I will not allow anyone to take a few misplaced words and impugn my record of service to our country.
Problem with that is there's videotape of Blumenthal saying he was in Vietnam.
He even makes Brian Williams sick.
So those are the pieces of garbage. Those are the pieces of garbage who voted no on Tulsi Gabbard.
You mean lizards wearing a human face mask over their obvious lizard heads?
And does Tulsi Gabbard have flaws? Yes, just like RFK has flaws. But whoever would be the nominee if they weren't there would be light years worse than them.
You got to get the lizards out before any progress.
Light
can be
years
made.
worse. No matter who Trump nominated instead of RFK, it'd be way worse. No matter who Trump nominated instead of Tulsi, it would be way worse.
Where do you think you live?
So
A place with better options than that? There is not one.
So I just
Just overlook the disgusting genocide in Gaza. And maybe
yeah.
we'll get
So
through this.
yes, just do that.
Just turn a blind eye to whatever repulsive crime went on. Steve Bannon very artfully dodged that one, didn't he?
Yes. Come see us on tour in Dallas, Austin, Baltimore, Hartford, Connecticut, Syracuse, New York, Atlantic City, Levittown, Cohoes, and Providence, Rhode Island. Go to jimmydore.com for the link for the cheapest tickets.